damn it. Forgot. I forgot to turn on my mic. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ketchup Quote. I go by name of Dr. Hines, and thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. This episode of the Ketchup Docket. In with me today is IT Goatee and Bruce from Oregon, and we're here to discuss Laura Owens. Pretty much finish off the discussion that we were having and the analysis that we were having last Sunday on Sunday stream, where we were going through the communications between Laura and Greg Gillespie. So let me say hello to everyone that's here. Hello, IT Goatee. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm waiting on Bruce from Oregon. I don't know why he's not appearing on the screen. Are you there? Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us. But okay, so while he is sorting out whatever that's going on, let's kind of give a quick recap in regards to Laura Owens. Everything that you need. Is that an echo? Oh, okay. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Thank you so much for chat for that. Thank you so much for chat. I did not know that. I do apologize. It has happened quite a bit. But yeah, I do apologize for that. Definitely have to reconfigure the plugins to get that sorted out. All right. But as I was saying, last week we were looking at the at the communications and text messages between Greg Gillespie and Laura Owens. Oh, for those that don't know, Greg Gillespie has been accused by Laura off essay. They did meet up for a date, and it turned from that date they did end up having the bodoink doink, and they schmugging, don't know that, and 13 days later, I think 11 or 13 days, I don't know, I don't know the exact dates, but she became pregnant. She says that she became pregnant. Let me caveat that. And Greg Gillespie was basically she basically said to Greg, she will have the abortion. She will be if he is intending to be with her, and if he's intending to keep the promise, as was being read in the emails from the last stream. If he was going to do all of that, uh, then she'll be with him. Of course, Greg did not. Greg was Greg. Greg was not responding to any of these emails at all. It became worse. She filed a suit, and yeah. So I'm gonna go into the email. I'm gonna go into the emails here. Let me just share the screen here.
Hey guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We can hear you. But we can't see you though, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't see you.
Interesting.
So let me try and see if I can change it. Unfortunately, I don't have access to your video, so I can't virtually recap. Can't be able to say that last stream.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah. So yeah.
Just imagine a moose-shaped avatar there.
Wow.
Chat, can you hear him? Chat, are you able to hear him? Okay. If the chat can hear you, it should be fine.
That's odd. I can see my video on my screen.
Okay. You can see the video on your screen, but on my one, okay, I don't know then. Truly.
Well, we'll give it
Okay.
a minute, and
Yeah, yeah. It'll probably maybe
I'll be a
try.
strange icon for a while.
Perhaps you can try leaving and returning. Maybe that might
Yeah,
um, improve things. Hopefully,
I'll see what I can do.
right. But yeah, so as I but yeah, as I was saying in regards to it, let me share this screen. Sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, these were the back and forth emails. Make sure you go. Oh yeah, before we go forward, make sure you check. Make sure you hit the like button as well as hit the subscribe button. We are so close to hitting our goal to be monetized. It'd be amazing. Thank you so much, everyone that have subscribed and always been hitting that like button like crazy. Thank you so much. And also, do not forget to visit the Justin for Clayton wiki, where you can get all the details of this you know emails and communications. Sorry, I forget it very easily. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out as well if you're new and you're just discovering this case for the first time. So where did we stop last time? I think it was August 2021 on Saturday. It was a very long read, so we may have been. Let me just be sure. False promises. You can take me if you want to be the good person. Yeah, believe this is where we
I
stopped.
wasn't on that one, so
Oh, you weren't on this one. Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, yeah. It was Big Johnson and Bruce, I believe. So yeah.
yep.
But so have you seen this email then? I'm sure. I,
Probably not.
I, yeah. They were released. I think they were leaked 2 days, 3 days ago. I think no, no, not. It would have been 2 days ago when it was Sunday when I saw them. I think it was 2 days when I saw them, but
So the Friday last week.
yeah, yeah, it would have been Friday last week, and I'm pretty much so in that case we might have to just go through the first uh the first few and just jog a few memories. She was basically these are the communications in with Laura and Greg where she was serving him to uh uh, she was serving him and basically going through and saying and saying that and saying that Greg had got her pregnant and she had basically terminated. She would not have terminated it. Basically saying
Mhm.
that Greg was had coerced her basically to
Right.
terminate the pregnancy. That they effectively have a contract which he now no, I mean she didn't use those words because it would be absolutely stupid, but effectively they have some form of an agreement. I mean, maybe that word is better, that he has to continue dating her and continue being in a relationship with her now that she had got an abortion. Then she decided so this email represents that uh,
Hmm.
uh, as well as the charges and this particular email they went through on the 15th, but she sent them back and forth. I don't know why you would do that. I'm not sure if you would
Hmm.
know anything from your background why she would send the same email twice.
The same email twice? No, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah, it's very like yeah. So and they were like,
Is it just two copies of the same mail, or are they at different timestamps?
no, it's basically a copy and paste of the same. I'll say the same mail because it's just repeating, especially the first one here on the 13th, and the first part here and the first part here is the same. That's the same as well. This is the same.
Yeah.
Maybe they could say that this part is different. Maybe I don't know, but it all look the same to me. They all look. So I was like, it's like it's sending two or the same messages 18 minutes apart,
Yeah.
and that's just weird to me.
They're like, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, the timestamps are different. So
Yeah.
there we
Yeah,
go.
that's weird.
Yeah, and then she done an update email in which she has notified him in regards to the about um confirming that she was pregnant, and we were discussing on that stream about the person that was doing the ultrasounds and the and the urine test. I believe Big Johnson was it Big Johnson? Was it Big Johnson or Big Hells or Haybell? Sorry, not Big Hells. Haybells. I'm not. No. It was Big Johnson. Oh wait, beef was Big Johnson. Anyway, uh, memory's not that great. It's not that great. Believe me, I'm so. You can't depend on me to remember to take out food from the oven if I'm not next to the oven. But if I anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, we were going through that. We were going through the pregnancy from the last stream. And again, no response to this particular email because it kind of reads the same thing. And again, I think this is where we are to. No, this is not where we are today. So we went through that. This one was very very long. I believe Bruce from Oregon really provided a lot of context to do with what was it? To do with the controlling language in with this that was coming through with this particular email, and how she was saying that you'll be doing him a favor if you had you basically he'll be doing himself a favor if he if he responds to the emails, take her on dates, and she will drop all of this and make it all go away. I so yeah. That I'm not the best at recapping. Oh no, is Bruce from Oregon here?
Yeah. So I think we had seen just the conditional behavior of this, how the emails are so focused on trying to get Greg to agree to date her, to
Mm-hmm.
do things with her, and then there's really no sort of consideration
Right.
for being pregnant in terms of thinking about kids. It's basically just one of these conditional situations, like date me and I'll have an abortion. um, I think there was even another manipulation in here we uncovered.
Yeah. Yeah. IT Goatee is back. So yeah, you dropped that for a
Yeah.
minute there.
Yeah, I couldn't see the share. I could only see you.
Oh, oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, you may have put it in the chat. Oh, okay, it wasn't in the chat. But
I fixed it. It's good.
oh, okay. Oh, so yeah. So I want to check on that. Okay, I'm glad to hear it's all good. Re actually in the chat says getting ready for my nap before going to work, stocking shelves. I mean, am I? That's Michigan, I believe, and we'll replay at work. Thank you so much for joining. Anyway, I appreciate you. Have a good day at work. Stock them shelves the best way you can. Make sure you don't break a leg. You're not in a theater. That's actually would be the worst advice I could give you if that was the case. I hope you like that on the replay. Zach says, "Hey, it's Bruce from Djibouti." Oh gosh, I feel like I'm never gonna get that, but yeah.
Every time Zach shows up, I'm from a different place.
And I have a mustache partial beard thingy.
Mustache. Oh gosh, Big Johnson is unavailable since our skirmish on Sunday. I'll check our hospital room. I need to start trusting myself more then, because if I'm glad I got that right then, because Hey Bells was in the chat. She was in the chat. Okay, got that right. Of course, he was Big Johnson. Gosh, my memory. Sorry. Anyway, back to this. So this is where we are. So this is where we are in the emails. Like I said, make sure you go over to the Justin for Claying website. It does detail a lot more. And I will, after going through this document, these communications, I will be going back to this site because, especially with me discovering this, I want to ask you some questions into some of the things that are on here. So brace yourself for that. Um, Again, like I said, make sure you hit the like button. That's what's happening to here today. So let me just read. Let me just go to here. Oh gosh, where is it? Okay, here it is. Right. So in this particular emails, so on Sunday, August 2022, August 22nd, Laura emails Greg saying, "Hi, I wanted to make sure that you got a chance to read the email I sent yesterday. I will still get a surgical abortion this week and drop the case if you choose to pursue a relationship you claim to want with me. Otherwise, if I don't hear from you, I will presume that you want me to move forward with the lawsuits and file for the punitive damages and child support tomorrow. Like I wrote before, my attorney would be one of the top trial attorneys in the country. I'll be worried. David Gingras, basically."
This was before David Gingras.
I know, but
She's
I
been
know,
through
but I
like
just
12
had to.
attorneys.
I don't know the other guy. I just had to. I don't know the other guy. So if David Gingras is one of these top of trial attorneys, then all right.
Yeah, she only has the best attorneys, the very best.
This actually, she might have been referring to Cotchett.
I think so. Yeah, at that point in time.
Creme de la creme. Is he any good? I don't know much about him. What is he like?
We don't know anything from him because he never actually represented her. It's a friend of the family for Laura, and there's allegations that she was able to use his footer to fake an email to send to who was it? Was it to Clayton?
I thought it was Greg.
Yeah, it might have been Greg, but basically saying, oh yeah, it might even be in that combined list, but it's a subject sent on behalf of Joe Cotchett, and it says, "We've seen all the medical tests and ultrasounds aligned with the timing you provide us.
Do you want
there
to
were
share
no
your screen, by the way? I'm sure you can do that. You can.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah. It should be able to do it now. I've stopped sharing mine. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it says, please see below. Joe's secretary informed me that we had actually received the medical authorizations from you. Thank you. Everything you told us about pregnancy tests and ultrasounds aligned with the timing you provided us. There were no past pregnancies on your record, and the 3 obstetricians you saw felt that pregnancy was very consistent with intercourse that took place between June 30th and July 1st. They have also said that the abortion pills will play a big role in your child's development. It must feel like you have the weight of the world on you, but I have no doubt the jury will sympathize with your situation. The next step is to develop the attached retention agreement. Thank you, best, Allison Cordova, with Cotchett, Petrie, and McCarthy. But the problem with this email is, one, if you've read anything that Laura has fabricated, that paragraph sounds exactly like everything that she has typed herself.
Yep.
And then instead of saying all the best, she said best, which is surprising because she has this like underlying tick where she has to say all the best or something best in her signature line or in her farewell greeting. And then I think Allison Cordova didn't actually work there at the time. So that's why it was so weird.
AKA Cat Lady says she keeps using the date of sex instead of missed period. That's not right. She goes and said, "These demands are so unreasonable. She's ridiculous." Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. Let's go back into uh the particular email. Hold up. Let's go back into the email and continue on from there. Uh, And and this is where she has repackaged the August 13th email and the August 15th. I believe this is the August 15th or the August 21st. No, yeah, that's August 15th email. She has repackaged it and attached it onto this particular communication, and I sent it onto onto Greg. What's interesting is from this is I think this was the 23rd of the 22nd of August, and that is and that is I believe it's here. No, no, hold up. That's not it. Sorry, yeah, I got ahead of myself. Sorry, let's continue. Let's go and continue. I got ahead of myself. I'm confusing the dates because I thought that was the date. No, yeah, is the next year. It's 2000. Well, then 2 years from then is 2023 when she made the allegation. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself because I have a lot of questions for that particular. I have a lot of questions for that, man. So yeah, I will ask that later on. So I'm not gonna forget. So, but still remind me. But I should be fine. Should be. Um, let me go down to this particular email here. Is this the one? No, I don't believe that's the one. No, no, that's not the one. Okay, so this is the okay. So yeah, this so on Monday, August 23rd, 2021, um, sent to numbers of something, but goes on to say, I want to be clear that the reason I'm filing this specific case, oh my gosh, punctuations, please, grammar, please, against Mr. Gillespie is because he coerced me into taking abortion pills and the personal damages I've suffered as a result of it. Wow. Okay. Um. By the way, I just want to throw this out there. Both of you, both Bruce and IT Goatee,
Yeah.
Brad,
Mhm.
how possible do you think it is for you to win in a case where you are arguing that you are being coerced into taking abortion pills? Like, what's the likelihood of prevailing? Do you think that would be
I
on
I
a?
think you would need some sort of video evidence that somebody physically forced you to consume pills that you did not want to consume, or some sort of text or email admission that somebody physically forced you to consume them. And I don't think we have any of that in this case, because I think she took, if she took some pills, I don't even think she was pregnant, but if she took some pills, she did that on her own volition. I don't see any evidence that anybody physically manipulated or restricted her physical ability to not take these pills.
I don't think coercion is actually a statute in because there's fraud.
Mhm.
Oh, they do have one. A person who knowingly induces or compels any other person, either directly or indirectly, or by menace or threat, that he will or may be injured in his business or discharged from employment, or that he will not be employed to sign or subscribe, or to refrain from signing or subscribing his name to a recall petition, or after signing or subscribing his name to have his name taken therefrom is guilty of a class 1 misdemeanor. But that's for referendum and recall.
Yeah.
That's not.
The threat is a good point, because that would maybe also be, because I was talking more about physically forcing someone to do it. But if you said, like, take these pills or I'm going to burn your house down, that could be coercion, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
But we don't have any evidence or communications where Greg was like, take these pills or I'm going to burn your house down. There's nothing like
So
that.
I think that goes to fraud, and the biggest thing about that is you have to have materially relied on something in order to do an act, and then have that pulled away. But even then, I don't think you're not really gonna find coercion in that, because if he says, yeah, I'll date you and we'll take the pills, and then he just ghosts you, I don't know. I'm conflicted with my own morality on the abortion issue, but I'm really not. I don't know. I don't think it's really anything. But I'm also not an attorney, and I'm not giving any legal advice. Just from my limited knowledge of public court proceedings and law. So it's just really odd. I can't think of anything otherwise.
No, I can see the difficulty that you're going through in a way, because you can see the morality of, if anything I've heard was saying is true and someone did, coerce someone into aborting the child, that is a big moral battle. But in terms of the legal sphere, it's not as clear cut as being coerced to a contract or getting your money taken.
So ARS 132310 is fraudulent schemes and artifices, classification and definition. Any person who, pursuant to a scheme or artifice to defraud, knowingly obtains any benefit by means of false or fraudulent pretenses, representations, promises, or material omissions is guilty of a Class 2 felony. B. Reliance on the part of any person shall not be necessary element to the offense described in subsection A of this section. C. A person who is convicted of a violation $100,000 or more of the manufacture sale of opioids. No, that doesn't apply. But yeah, for the purposes of this section, scheme or artifice to defraud includes a scheme or artifice to deprive someone of the intangible right of honest services. So I think you've got to really go to the claim of obtain a benefit by false or fraudulent pretenses. And I think that you're really not going to see a ton of benefit on that, because I mean, it cuts both ways. In the same way that Laura's trying to get Mr. Gillespie on this coercion fraud scheme, it could go back on her for saying, I'm going to have the baby if you don't date me, because you're basically saying, date me and I'll have the abortion, or you'll have to deal with $250,000 of childcare support, etc. So yeah, it really just doesn't work that well in the way that we have the current legal system.
Yeah, it's particularly interesting because, like, how do you prosecute? How can you even prosecute this? Because end of the day, proving it has to be insane if it's not clear cut or just official levels. But just to go back into the emails, apologies for the background noises if you've heard any of them. I do live in town, so until I move to a different location, do have to put up with that for a while. I do apologize. Going back
you,
into
mate.
Oh gosh, the British accents. Oh gosh.
Go
Anyway.
suck a nub, you twit.
Oh gosh. Are you Zack incarnate? Oh gosh. I want to be clear for that. Okay, if I read that is cool. If I read that, I am planning on filing a separate case this week. Through the family court, I would of course be willing to have a prenatal paternity test done at ARC labs when I am able to, which they say is when the pregnancy is at least 9 weeks along. The only two times I have had sex since February 2020 were with Mr. Gillespie on June 30th and July 1st. There is no question that my pregnancy was as a result of intercourse with him. I'll be happy to prove that. In fact, I asked him in writing many times if he would do that. I just want to make sure that we keep this separate, regardless of whether or not the pregnancy has survived because of the abortion at Mr. Gillespie's cause coercion. Oh, I am going to lose
Coercion.
it. Coercion. Yeah, no, but it's actually how she's spelling it. I'm actually
Yeah,
going
she
to
spelled it
lose.
terribly.
Oh gosh, the result. I should no. I'm better than that. I'm better than that. No, I'm not gonna play the benefit of the doubt. Sorry. The result would be the result would be extremely damaging, either resulting in no child when I was clear that I wanted to proceed with the pregnancy on my own, if not for his presence in my oh God, not again. For his presence in my life. Okay. But the thing is, she is moving. Remember when she made the Down syndrome? You weren't here, but
I
you weren't
wasn't
here last
I
time.
wasn't there for that, but I recall something similarly, and that's the kind of fun we can speculate about how someone could charge someone for coercion and whatnot. But the problem is there was no baby, so it's really hard to have all of that when it's her actually perpetuating a scam, fraud, whatever you want to call it, on him. And it's a shame that the court didn't see it that way when they dismissed his case in 2023.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Uh. And also, I just wanna point out as well in regards in regards to in regards to all of this aside, like coercion, discussion, etc. What she is actually demanding for here um it's actually a lot. Like like
Hmm.
it's actually a lot. Putting pregnancy aside, etc. I don't know what anyone would do if they were to be met with the offer of be with me and I'll keep the pregnancy, or I'll get rid of it. Sorry, get rid of it.
Yeah,
That's
be
mad.
with me or I'll get rid of it. Or if
Yeah.
you don't be with me, I'm going to one, have the baby, and two, charge you with $75,000 of thing in addition to child support. She's just she's just like trying to make the deal look really good of just date me, and but the problem
Without
is
realizing how unhinged that just completely sounds.
right.
That will always make me laugh. Anyway, it says I'll be amending the current lawsuits for the additional punitive damages of 20. Am I in the right one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So sorry about that. Moving on. Yeah. Referral. Sorry. It's referring back to. Anyway. Yeah. She had punitive damages in the previous emails that she'd be focusing on trying to get from the state. But yeah, brain fart. Anyway, moving on. I would. It's Bruce from Oregon. Okay, you are back. But you are a bit
Maybe I'm
more
back.
squashed. Welcome back, by the way. But you are a little bit a bit more squashed up. I don't know what's happened on your end.
Some static in
Yeah.
your line.
Oh, sorry about that.
No. It's the video, not the audio. The
Oh.
audio, you sound crisp. It's the video.
That's
But
Oh,
weird.
look at that. I'm all squished up.
are you? Do you see what I see as well?
I don't
That's
see.
amazing.
Oh,
Because
that is
I
weird.
was basically asking to confirm. I wasn't actually, I wasn't sure if it was on my end or,
No, he looks squashed, but I can see him. I can't even see him
This is
um
weird.
in the lobby, but I have the stream pulled up and I can see him.
looking. Let me just go to the chat real quick. Penny, for your thoughts. I like that name. Looking thin here, Bruce. Exactly. No baby was her. Exactly. No baby was her coercion. Yeah. Dana Escort, welcome. Escorn. Dana Escorn, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for for joining us. Solar Doves, also thank you for joining the stream. Teresa S. He could say he knows she was lying and wanted the charade to end. I'm guessing the he. Oh yeah. Hmm. I know you're lying. What responding one email. I know you're lying. Bye. And that's it. I don't know, man. I still think he did the right thing. I will stand by that. Definitely. I still think he did the right thing by saying yeah. By saying nothing, sorry, not saying something, sorry, saying nothing. Re actually says back in the day should be called Spencer Laura Owens. Spencer would be no, from what I understand of Spinster, that's being jilted at the altar, isn't it? Isn't that more of when you're up due to get married and then you leave them at the altar? Isn't that what Spinster is? Am I confusing it?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I think it usually refers to an older, unmarried woman
oh God.
or someone who seems
Oh,
unlikely to ever marry.
oh God. Oh God. That things are not looking. Oh, she's getting called spinsters. Oh my God, that's not looking good, bro.
Tough times.
Love tough
Mhm.
times indeed. Tough times indeed. Okay, so moving on. It says, uh, in the email, it says I'll be amending the current read that already. I will never waste my time and energy fighting a lawsuit where it not for a fact that his actions were not only morally and ethically wrong, but they destroyed lives. Also, you were not gonna win. He was very clear on the impact this would have on me if he were to leave for abortion, and it's all documented. I've spoken informally today with the attorney who I plan to represent me in the case, and he was concerned about the motives behind Mr. Gillespie's messages yesterday. He said that I have been very clear in my messages to him that I did not want him to contact me unless he wanted to maintain the promises that he made in order to get me to have an abortion. He said he thought it was odd that Mr. Gillespie would have to would have asked me up, responded to my statements that I did not want to get together for any reason other than what I had written to him, and then responded with a time only to never follow up with where or why. He had clearly hired your firm service at this point, and based on his lack of response, he did not want to resolve this privately. So it seems probable that he wanted to lure me into a dangerous situation. Sorry about that. This is unrealistic of me to think, given the many threatening and intimidating things texts he sent to me to take the abortion pills in my complaint and his strong desire to have a bastard child. I have I also have legally admissible evidence of him of him telling me the night after I took the pills that if he were to see me, he would call the cops and have them take care of me if he already if he hadn't already done it himself. The attorney is worried for my personal safety because he believes Mr. Gillespie will stop at nothing to ensure that this child is not born. Right. So um I'm not sure. Bruce from Oregon, I'll ask you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll ask you because are these the same text messages that is on the site here? Because I didn't want to get ahead of myself. It's on August 24th, I think it was. I think she included the text messages here. Just trying to double check something. It was a police report that was made. I want to get a bit more background into this because we've only got one side in that particular email, so I want to know a bit more as to what's surrounding these communications here. So go ahead.
I'm not sure. I mean, we'd have to open them up and look at them.
Can you see it? It's open now. It's on the screen. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Are you able to
I
see
mean, I'm
it?
watching the stream, so it's a little lagged. I don't know how to see it live. I only see your camera. I don't know.
I can see it now. It's
how do you do that?
You might have to duck out for a bit. Oh,
we got to get you on StreamYard, man. This is crazy. This interface just doesn't seem to work
this
right.
doesn't actually happen.
I'm beating him up on it.
What's that?
I've been beating him up on it.
Yeah.
This actually doesn't
But
happen.
Brad, how did you see it live?
Here, duck out and use the URL that I sent.
Oh.
URL. It has to deal with all of the parameters that are in the URL.
Okay, I'll try that.
What did you have? What did you have?
The one that you sent me on X. That's the one where I could only see you.
Oh, and you took that out?
Yep.
Oh, lifesaver. I see it here as well.
See, I'm doing IT stuff.
I don't know why that. Oh, this guy is a genius. And by the way, that actually doesn't happen. I don't know. Does it come up on its own?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry guys.
I don't know if it's Video Ninja including it or
housekeeping. Yeah. Sorry guys for that little housekeeping there. Yeah, like it turns out that I have made a cock up in the invites. Trust me, I don't need StreamYard. It's just the invites. Invite, all right. While Bruce is loading up, let me just kind of read. Can you see it? Can you hear us? It's still loading.
I can hear you guys. I don't see this thing you're sharing. I still just see Heinz's video.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Did you hit the rejoin session or did you cancel it?
Oh boy, I probably just rejoined.
Yeah.
cancel.
Yeah.
I can see these text messages you have on the live stream though.
If you put in the new link from the message I sent you in Discord and then go to it, it'll be like, do you want to rejoin your old session? Hit cancel. And then
magic.
Because when you rejoin the old session, it replaces all of that URL stuff that's in there.
Wild times. All right.
Attempt number 3.
Yeah. But I imagine, were you able to get the dates off these text messages or correlate it to the emails?
Well, according to the website, it was for the 24th. Just Clay Insight, but I will repeat my answer when he returns. Let me just go to a chat real quick. Mrs. Brightside 15 says Brad's earning his paycheck. Don't tell him. He might actually demand a paycheck.
Yeah, right.
Gosh, have you guys ever thought about that? Teresa,
don't get me started on the lack of super chats in my streams.
Yes. Lack of super chats. No, I'm joking. Once we are monetized, you guys will be able to still be able to send super chats on here, etc. But in the meantime, if you do want to support us and what we do on here, you can check the description of this particular stream. It will contain my PayPal, which you can go and donate any amount that you feel is beneficial. Make sure you also support the other creators they here as well, IT Goatee and Brad. IT Goatee, Brad, and Bruce of Oregon is what I'm gonna say. Not IT Goatee and Brad. Are you two people? Are you two people?
I'm one of those two spirit folks everyone keeps talking about. I am both the IT Goatee and the Brad.
Oh Lord. Teresa S says, "I'm a spinster. If you are a spinster, nice to meet you because I have never ever met a spinster before in my life." KW says, "Justice for Brad." Okay, so while waiting for Bruce of Oregon to return, I don't know the context behind these text messages. And you probably don't know it either. I don't know, but I would it but it would be safe for me to assume that you know the case though fully outside the communications though, right?
I don't know. Did we lose you?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Nope, you're good now.
Oh,
You froze there for a
okay.
second.
Did you hear what I said?
I heard something and then you just kind of froze there for a bit. So maybe restate your thought.
Oh, okay, cool. So basically, I was saying that okay, Bruce is back. I was basically saying it's kind of irrelevant now that he's back. But I was basically saying no, but it was to basically do with these text messages and the context around the text messages. And I
Mhm.
was basically asking, well, this part of the question is kind of relevant because I would still like to know, because you said that you were not aware of these communications, but you of these leaks, but I don't know whether you are your background in regards to Greg Gillespie and Laura Owens. Like I don't know that part. So
Oh yeah,
what's your
so
background?
I really only know Laura Owens. I know a little bit about Greg's case, but we really haven't focused on it. And
Okay.
then I know significantly more about Mike Maricini's case.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
Fair
true of
enough.
everyone in general.
Yeah, because Mike got big in the beginning of May because that's when he went semi-public with the emails to Gingras and whatnot, and saying that they was going to testify. And then he found the laptop, and then Megan and Dave ended up raising the money to be able to get his laptop forensically imaged and extract all of the text messages.
Okay. Well, I'm glad this is why I'm so thorough. This is why I'm so thorough. Like, we gotta hit every nook and cranny because I came on this because of the timeline. I actually thought this is an old cold case that I'm just starting up, and then and these are just looking back, and I'm kind of like, like, but I didn't know that I actually didn't know that uh you it wasn't well known in the community as well. It's what I should say. So I want to ask you, IT Goatee,
Mm-hmm.
uh, do you know the context? Because I was asking you this before you got cut off with the whole um tech issues. Do you know the context behind the text messages here?
No, I just imagine that it's typical relationship questions in the same way that we've psychoanalyzed Mike's messages as well.
I mean, Bruce. Sorry. I mean,
Yeah, I
oh,
think it's very interesting to read these emails and texts because they have a very similar pattern to
okay.
what happened with Clayton. I think in this case, it was interesting because Greg basically said, sure, similar to Mike Maricini, I'll do whatever you want to, keep you stable at this point in time.
To appease you.
And supposedly she took these abortion pills. And I believe what happened here was that once she did that, he basically blocked her on all the social media platforms as a way of disengaging, right?
All right,
Mhm.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
we're done. Like, you took these pills, we're over. We can move on. And that's when she came back with some of these text messages that we're seeing here. And I think she actually comes back at some point and says, "Oh, well, the pills didn't work, so we're still
You're still stuck with me.
you're still stuck with
Yes,
me, and
yes.
also I'm going to sue you for coercion, which is unique for the Greg case." Um, and I guess she didn't try that with Clayton because she realized it wouldn't work um, twice in a row. But yeah,
No,
that's
not
kind
at
of
all.
that's my understanding.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot of communications here. Like, there's a lot.
Hmm.
I kind, I did not. 77 pages. We're not gonna go through all of this,
Yeah.
but nothing. Uh,
I think that's another common thread across all three cases is a huge amount of emails and or text messages. Just the
Yeah.
volume, the sheer volume. We've seen it from Mike's laptop. We've seen it from these documents for Greg, and we've heard Clayton talk about getting over 500 messages from 14 phone numbers or whatever it was in his
Yeah. It
court
was
testimony.
okay. I mean, I know that they usually say, "I have a mountain of evidence," and Laura may believe that, but this is just a mountain of materials. I mean, this is not evidence of anything. I mean, that's what she
Hmm.
has a mountain of materials. It's what
Hmm.
I'm seeing here.
I
But
think it's a mountain of obsession. You can almost clearly see that.
this part here did stick out to me. I mean, partly because it's in bold, to be honest. It's in a completely different writing. So you kind of be like, okay, I kind of had no choice but to look at it. And the discussion says, as given a thought, let's meet tomorrow evening to discuss. I'm guessing that's Laura here in gray. And the blue
Yeah.
is
It says
no.
police report. So whose phone would?
I actually thought Laura was in blue on these
Yeah.
messages.
I
Yeah, that
Whereas
sounds
when
I
we were
just
going through the
I just
Mike
realized
stuff, it
she'll be
was
blue.
Mike was on the blue side.
right.
Right. Okay.
Notice of
So
appearance, email exchange, police report.
so what are they deciding? What are they wanting to meet up about?
Good question.
No one knows. No one knows. No one actually knows.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
Okay.
haven't read through all this. Oh, because the previous page is missing, right? These are just
Oh, you mean that there's more and it was just taken out? Likely there was context to it.
yeah, because typically when you're filing a police report or you're doing a court exhibit, you're not going to have every single thing. You're going to have to start and stop at some point. So the context may be missing.
Can you zoom out on the pages just a little bit?
Yeah. There we is
Yeah.
that better?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's meet tomorrow evening. I don't want to meet if you're not keeping your word. There's no point. I don't need to be hurt again. That sounds like Laura, but
Yeah.
we're gonna have to read more.
Yeah, I can't see Clayton sending that message. But I don't know
Greg,
Greg.
not
I don't know Greg.
w-
So
none of us
so
really know Greg, so
yeah, so would he be the person to say, I'm hurt by you? I
No,
don't need to
I
be
think the
hurt
blue
again.
is Laura on
Yeah.
these.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So I'm going I don't know which part. Have you guys read? You guys don't have to read the whole thing, but I just want to go through some of the interesting parts that may have stuck out to you guys, if any. Did anything stick out to you here? You probably took it. You probably took, and I'm asking
I
that
mean,
reading this far as well. Oh my god, you
yeah,
realize?
I mean, they get
Go, sorry,
yeah,
go
they
on, go on.
things get pretty heated in these text message exchanges, and it's interesting because she cherry picked text messages from Clayton to put in the Sun article to prove that he was such a bad guy. Um, but I mean, the same thing happened here with Greg. Like, she pushed him so hard that he's just kind of really angry at this point.
Yeah, you're saying
Yeah,
and
I'm
stuff.
I'm,
Mm.
I'm looking at this now, and it's definitely from her side. So everything on the left would be Greg, and everything on the right would be Laura.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah. And she's
thank you.
basically using these text exchanges. Like, if you scroll up, she says, "I think you're the one threatening here, not me," because he says you're threatening me.
She's
Which
gaslighting
is,
him into.
I read the same thing. I think she was threatening him too. I mean,
Yeah.
it
But,
seemed like
just
yeah,
because he's swearing, you know,
mm,
and he says, "Take the pills," like, he's not saying, like, "Take the pills or I'm going to
Or
do
else.
XYZ." Exactly. So I don't even really see a threat here. He's just saying, because they had talked about it, like, take them or don't take them, and maybe she's waffling, and he's just
mm,
fed up with it.
right. And also, it's. I mean, Laura has to be the most fragile person to see the word effing to
Yeah,
then take that on to be like, oh my gosh, this big scary guy might come down the
right.
street and beat me up one day. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well,
Like to
that's the
take.
argument she uses to get
Oh,
protective orders against these
whoa,
men.
whoa! She's actually made that. You're joking. She's actually
What's
relied
that?
on that argument for this. That he's like,
Well, I mean, implicitly, right? Like, so when she
oh, okay.
goes and gets these protective orders and you go to court, like, you watch the court hearing from YouTube, she's counting on the fact that she's a tiny, petite lady and these are big, giant guys that are kind of imposing. And so when she files these reports, it's, she's trying to play into that.
Yeah. As I've said before, it's playing on the court and people's general instinct to try and protect a woman in claiming domestic violence, because you don't want to be the one who says no to a woman who's being domestically violenced. However, if you're lying about it, it's very difficult to end up discovering what they're talking about.
Right.
Right. And to be quite fair, oh my, sorry, by the way, again, apologies for the background. It is, yeah, no, it is the start of the weekend. I probably should have picked a different day for the stream because I live right next to a club. If you're seeing
Oh, no worries.
sunshine,
Ooh,
yeah. So if you're seeing some music in the background, I do apologize for that. I will try and
happy
put
hour.
the noise cancellation up a bit more. But yeah, um, it, but yeah, in regards of uh oh gosh, brain fart. Okay, my brain right back to the stream. Make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. We are so close to meeting our goal and being monetized. So for everyone that has subscribed so far, thank you so much for subscribing. And yeah, and hopefully we will hit that goal. I think that's how close that we are, literally
Oh, right
halfway
on.
through. And yeah, and hopefully we're going to get that goal. Thank you to everyone that subscribed so far. I'll be releasing little highlights of these little breakdowns of these communications, providing a bit more context. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content that's coming. So let's move on to the let's go back into the email. He also told me for days how sick he was with COVID. and had walked into a trap. I feel like I've no. If I jumped the part, okay, yeah. Please consider the situation I was in. It is beyond cruel to coerce someone to get an abortion, and then the day after, I have to ask a lawyer now. I really have to ask a lawyer that I know. I have to ask them if there have ever been a case where someone has been coerced to having an abortion and they have won or coerced into a pregnancy or something similar to relate, because I want to see the circumstances there and just have
Yeah.
something to hold on to like kind of compare, to like kind of see and show her up a bit more. You know what I'm trying to say? Because anyway, I I'll have to get ready for the next stream. For the next stream, I have to anyway. It's beyond cruel to coerce someone to get an abortion and then the day after call them a psychopath for believing that a relationship with me was what he wanted. Block them on every form of social media, and then say if they want to be if they were to be contacted, they would take these sort of extreme actions. He also told me for days how sick he was with COVID, and he had walked me into a trap. He complained early one evening that he felt terrible, then was unresponsive. I kept asking him if he was okay, and uh, I wondered if I should come by to make sure if it was okay with a mask. Um, with a mask. My dad is very compromised, and I don't want to get sick. Around 11 a.m., I decided to come by there on my way home from gym. Why is this relevant? He didn't respond. He didn't respond to repeated knocks on the door, and I didn't know what to do. I have checked on people before, but they have always been okay. And I honestly had no idea what a person is supposed to do if they suspect otherwise. I didn't know if I should call 911 or what, but I was help. I was, I, but it was. Let me correct myself. But it was a very helpless situation. I stayed for 20 to 30 minutes, then got a text from him as I was driving out saying he was sleeping and asked me why I would come by. I explained that since he had COVID badly and didn't respond to messages, I thought he might be dead. He responded by saying that people
Whoa.
don't die from COVID. Unbeknownst to me, he was dead the whole time and had snapped a photo of me at the door, clueless as to what to do. The day after the abortion, he said he could file for harassment charges for me being at his door. I walked into a trap. I am unsure what his intentions are with me, but it seems he seems to be calculated in his actions. No, I think he is smart. Yo, that's balls. Yo, yeah,
He didn't ask her to come over.
that's one way of handling a stalker and a harasser. I'll get the picture down. Anyway,
So,
um,
if you
hold
want,
on.
I found Kansas recently had a bill go through. It was denied by their governor, but it has some
Yeah,
text for what an abortion coercion would be.
you can share your screen, by the way. You can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So it says, be it enacted by the legislature of the state of Kansas, coercion
Mhm.
to obtain an abortion is engaging in coercion with the knowledge that a woman is pregnant and with the intent to compel such woman to obtain an abortion when such woman has expressed her desire to not obtain an abortion. Coercion to obtain an abortion, as defined in the subsection, is a person felony, and the offender shall be sentenced no less than 30 days, no more than 1 year's imprisonment, fined no less than $500, no more than 5,000, or two, if committed by the father or the putative father who is 18 years age or older at the time of the violation of the unborn child of the pregnant woman, and such pregnant woman is less than 18 years out. We don't care about that. As used in this section, abortion is defined in Kansas state laws and amendments here too. Coercion means any of the following: threatening to harm, physically restrain an individual, or the creation or execution of any scheme, plan, or pattern intended to cause an individual to believe that failure to perform an act would result in financial harm or physical restraint of an individual, or B, abusing or threatening abuse of the legal system, including threats of arrest, deportation, without regard to whether the individual being threatened is subject to arrest or deportation under the laws of this United States. Knowingly or knowingly destroying, concealing, removing, confiscating, or possessing any actual or purported passport or other immigration document, facilitating or controlling an individual's access to controlled substance, financial harm, any loan or promissory note, an employment contract, extortion, or amendments hereto, any other adverse financial consequence, onboard child, meaning living organism of species Homo sapien, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so even under that definition, I would say it would be pretty difficult to do it, because you're talking about serious bodily consequences. There's nothing in here that would suggest if you don't date me, I'm then that would constitute a coercion attempt.
Thank you so much, by the way, Brad, for that breakdown. Much needed breakdown. I appreciate that so much. I love it when context is
Right.
with is provided anywhere.
But I mean that's one state's interpretation of what a coercion could be. But when you look at those circumstances that they're trying to outlaw, it's completely different in comparison to what she's alleging in these emails.
Right.
Right. Yeah, like, and that's what I was highlighting, because even with their interpretation, it doesn't jive. I don't know if that's where right word to use, but jive. I'm kind of old school, but it doesn't, blend jive with whatever she's trying to cook here, whatever she's trying to show us here. Not
It
at
doesn't
all.
pass muster.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's a new one for me. I've never heard that one before.
Really?
No. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she takes all these way out of scope. So, if they argue about it, he's done abortion coercion. If somebody writes a comment on her blog disagreeing with her, she's being harassed. Like, it's all overblown.
Always. Back into the email, and this is for the 22nd of August, I believe. We're still on the same email. 22nd,
Right.
23rd of August, we're still on the same email. Unfortunately, there is no evidence or indication that Mr. Gillespie meant to keep his word. I never wanted to be wrong more so than I do now. I most certainly did not force him into a relationship or to love me. I told him many times that I thought he did not lie. Sorry about that. Let me try and align this. Was I? Okay. I thought he didn't like me or even hated me. And he said I was talking in circles, and that he had been consistent in his decision to be with me. If he didn't like me, he could have just let me make my own choice. I told him that I was more than fine with that. If he had to pay child support down the line, he could have been a man, paid it, and avoided more of those psychological manipulative languages. Be a man. That would be fine. That would have been fine. He knew my strong desire to keep the pregnancy because of my faith, and clearly acted with an evil, selfish mind to get me to do what he wanted at any and all costs. I didn't force him into a relationship, but he did force me to take medical abortion pills. If my legal counsel was incorrect in thinking Mr. Gillespie text message was sent yesterday regarding meeting up for tonight was malicious, intending to cause physical or emotional abuse, please let me know. I would love nothing more for him to be the man who I thought he was, and blame his actions on the on a breakdown because of his COVID and stress. I don't think anyone would. Okay, sorry. If he chooses to stand behind his words, I will file to dismiss with prejudice all charges related to the case and not file the criminal file criminal and family law cases. He can contact me directly if that is the case. We can move forward. I think she's just rehashing
Yeah.
everything that we, said before. But
Well, that's
there is
another one. Do what I want, and I'll drop the court case.
right.
Yeah.
That seems manipulative to me.
That is more than manipulative, and that is way more than manipulative. That
Yeah.
is some, as he puts it, psychopath BS. That is actually that is actual psychopath. But the one thing I noticed from this email is the dramatic departure from her recognition of the absurdity of her asking him to be in a relationship with her after all of this and her claiming all of this, despite her realizing that in the previous emails that we've read, I said, I realized that it sounds absurd that I'm asking for this after I'm now asking you to date me, all of this, that she's thrown out the window. And because of this and everything that she is pointing out here, it's like, oh nope, I don't care about how it looks. I still want to date you. I don't care. Like like yeah, it's let me just say it's rich that she is the one that's saying that at best she calls it cruel, manipulative. Its actions were manipulative, cruel, and as was dangerous. And all he did was ask for an abortion. That's a bit, yeah. Anyway, she sent this on the same day, 12:34 p.m. So 12:34, that'll be 10 hours late. No, not 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours later. Says attach Miss so this was sent to her. So it says Miss Owens attached here too are the notice of appearance and e-filing. So this was when she's when was this was, oh, flipping heck, this was the attachments. I forgot what was happening. Right. Okay. So this is the attachments that she attached to the email sent just now to Clayton.
That I think that's a paralegal for Woodnick. Or
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. So it was sent to her. Oh, my bad. My bad. Oh, my bad. Thank you for that
So at
correction.
this point, yeah, he's
Thank you.
retaining counsel.
yeah.
My bad. Yeah, I read that. I read that in the wiki, but I just lost my bearings there for a second.
Mhm.
But yeah, Greg Winnick also represented Clayton. Am I right by saying that
Yep.
as well? He's also
Yep.
representing Clayton. Okay, all right. Recalibrating everything. Okay. So yeah, so he sorry, not Clayton. Greg Gillespie retained counsel. This is all of the communications. To which Laura then goes on to respond to saying that she has filed criminal DV charges in the AM. So this was new. This is very new. Because she has never claimed DV until now. From what I read. So let's go on to read what it says. It says, "Hi Greg, I've been advised by the Maricopa County Law Library Center Resource Center by a lawyer I intend to hire to contact you directly rather than an attorney. I don't know what lawyer would actually advise you to do that. Selected for the case. This is not related to the civil
Right.
lawsuit. I don't know what lawyer would actually advise you to do that. Like, who would actually advise you? Yeah, contact him directly. It is in regard to the police report I plan to file since I haven't heard from you regarding your intentions behind the text message you sent me yesterday afternoon. I've been told to file the criminal case before the civil one, so I'm not sure how you want to proceed with your current representation. Because I am guessing you will want to hire a different attorney for that. If so, please let me know how to serve you and who to contact. You may also text me directly regarding settling this without involvement of the courts. She sounds unhinged. I wrote in my texts and emails an email to let me know if my legal counsel was wrong in thinking that that they were sent with malicious intent. She's also asking for his advice as well. This is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of sad. I'm feeling sad for her right now that she's
If you
asking
think
him.
somebody texted you with a bunch of threats that are so bad you have to call the police and file a criminal case, why are you sending them an email asking them to text you and call you?
Not just
It
yeah,
makes no sense. It makes no
not
sense.
just that, asking let me know if my legal counsel was in the wrong, was wrong in thinking that they were sent with malicious intent. Why would that be in your forefront? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it should be, hey, he's now emailing me saying, hey, no,
Yeah.
you got it wrong, not malicious intent. And then she's like, okay, guys, false alarm, no malicious intent. Why are you trying to find, I'm trying, like,
Yeah,
that
it's
to me just,
she doesn't
yeah.
blame anything on herself. It's always either Greg
Mm,
or her own lawyer or Greg's lawyer or, you know,
right.
it's just
Uh,
somebody else to throw under the bus.
right. And IT Goatee, Brad, what are you making of all of this so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's the problem is we didn't know about this until Clayton's case. And it doesn't, if you didn't know about her past history and you're looking at this through the scope of it being an isolated incident and without these, I don't want to say the skepticism, but the knowledge that we have now, then it looks like you could reasonably believe that what she's trying to say is at least mostly true. But when you put what we now know and bring up all the other evidence, and you see that it's all just a bunch of nothing. Um, but if because I don't even know if Greg knew that the ultrasounds that was getting passed to him were fake at the time, because nobody knew that the Fiverr logo was discovered on Dave Neal's stream like 2 months ago. So it's just one of those things
Yeah.
that it's just like, you know, we take for granted that someone is in theory trying to be honest on the other side of dialogue. And uh, when someone is manipulating you to the point and gaslighting you and trying to say, no, you're the one who's doing this, it's so rough.
Mm, understood. So going through. Oh wait, let me go through. Oh, okay. I have gathered the information. Okay, so I think before we read that, nope. Yeah, because they contradict each other. I think this where we stop. It's manipulative. That's the one. Okay, it's manipulative of you not to wait. No, up a bit more. I'm attaching 77 pages of text messages. In many of them, you coerce abortion and misrepresented yourself, which I will send to the police to establish your character. It is extremely clear that I did not want to have an abortion and was only doing it for you and the future you claimed to want with me. However, the relevant part to the police are your threats and intimidation for me to have an abortion, as well as your vague invitation to get together tonight with no details given when asked. I had been clear to not contact me unless you wanted to be a man of your word. So when I received your message, I presumed that was the case. Now I now believe it was much more sinister. I downplayed your outbursts because I thought they were out of stress, but now I now realize they were out of hatred and my pregnancy. So she's filing DV charges. It's outbursts whereby Texas, whatever. Okay.
And now
I,
that
I
we've
have
got now that
gone.
we have certain text messages, then it's even more plausible that she may have requested more kinky relations in order to try and drum up the idea that she was domestically abused in the same way that Trevor Bauer was
I was literally,
instigated.
I was literally about to say, "Oh, Lindsay Hill vibes." I was literally about to say it. Rosalind Duke, thank you so much for joining the chat. Gosh, that was only 2 months ago. Feels like a lifetime. I appreciate Rosalind. She may have been here all this time, but it's the first time I've seen her pop up. So thank you for coming out and lurking. If you've been here all this time, look coming out the lurking layer and deciding to join the mainland chat. Thank you so much, mainland chat, for keeping entertained and doing all of that. Hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. We have this Sunday. We have I will be discussing on the podcast this Sunday. I'll be discussing the Ashley Benefield case, and also there is more and more of this particular case that I want to discuss on that particular podcast. So do keep your eyes on the community tab, and I will be disclaiming on there what we shall be discussing on that particular podcast in regards to Laura Owens, because we only have 2 more emails to go through. I believe 2 more emails to go through in this particular communication. So, but yeah, so let's get back into this particular email. This email this very email, I can't take it seriously. I'm sorry. This email represents your last chance to avoid criminal charges if you were to keep your promises that I will not report your messages as being threatening and intimidating. However, if you were sending those knowing that the physical and emotional impact that your absence would have on multiple lives, you're absolutely guilty of I have no idea, arson. Is that arson? I don't know what that is. Ars 13. I mean, let me type it into Google.
ARS 13-1203.
That's going to be a law. It's just Arizona revised statute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assault.
Assault. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at the same time.
But this, I mean, this email represents your last chance. Like, do what I want, or I'm going to do all this terrible stuff to you. Like, that's a big threat.
Yeah.
No, but she says it's a promise. She says it's not a threat. It's more of a promise. Like her keeping her end of the bargain. I'm here for the relationship. Where are you?
Oh boy.
One thing I'm pretty sure a lot of you know is that you can't contract consent. So I don't know. Again, I don't know what she's doing, or she's thinking she's gonna
People can
prepare
change their
you.
minds.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
contract
It's not like they
consent.
signed a business contract.
Even then, it's even easier to get out of if you're gonna argue consent or coercion. It's more clear over there. Not this is just weird. Anyway, moving on. It says this appears to be. I would also file charges for criminal fraud where the burden of proof is to establish misrepresentation of fact by someone who knows the presented fact is indeed false. In addition, the person should rely on the misrepresentation to cause injury or losses to someone else. This appears to be this appears to always be punishable as a felony. Again, if I'm wrong and you intend to keep your word, you wouldn't be fraudulently representing yourself. However, blocking me right after I took the pills both times means that you definitely did not have pure intentions. Finally, you wrote not being willing to pay child support if the child were to survive, which is against the law. I'm hoping that was just out of panic. Wow, panic, not spite. Bearing in mind, this is someone that she's scared of. I would use the word spite if I'm scared of somebody. I thought you would do that as spite. Just these
Right.
little word choices. It's the word. It's kind of revealing. I hope you guys can see this because
Mm-hmm.
the pixelation is a bit bad on this one. When I zoom in, finally, this is the lot. Finally, this is the last week. This is the last week I will consider having a surgical abortion, which I made an appointment for. It is not what I want to do, but I know that I have done damage to the pregnancy already by taking the abortion pills, and would do it with your support in order to prevent him or her from coming into this world with some sort of deformity or disability. That's right. She claimed Down syndrome. She claimed that the child can get Down syndrome from the abortion pills. So the
Mm-hmm.
child can get Down syndrome from the abortion pills, etc.
This
From
is
the
such a
last being
terrible
released.
manipulation tactic to
Yeah.
basically say, do what I want, or I'm going to have your
Mm.
baby and he's going to be deformed. It's going to be disabled. Is that what you want? Like this high pressure sales tactic, but it's also, abusing the fear of things that happen to real people in the real world that people have to deal with. So she's
Mm.
just making all this up, but relying on sort of this fear to push him where
Well,
she wants him to go.
well said. If I'm not gonna continue with the if not, I'm gonna continue with the pregnancy with on my own, and would like to know which attorney should be considered for the family law. That's your problem. I'm not giving you any more chances to show that you're a good guy, and I'm not going to operate on your timetable anymore. I have plenty of evidence to include in my police report, like the attachment below. Unless you tell me otherwise, these 77 pages are obvious proof of emotional abuse, manipulation, threats, and intimidation, all of which constitute domestic abuse. This is feminist. This is what you cause. I'm sorry. Like, that's not, no, this is domestic abuse. I'm sorry. Like, there has to be a
Yeah.
bit of a separation of words here. Maybe
I mean, they
even
argued over text messages. I mean, worse arguments happen in our Discord every day, and we
Yeah.
don't
Go
ban
figure.
everyone.
could you imagine if could you imagine the recourse? Oh gosh. So now I think that was 12:31 something. So this is the next email sent at 11:32 p.m. I believe that one was a bit earlier, at 2 p.m. or something like that. I again and this is to Greg from Laura. Hi, is this sent to Ms. Bauman? Says form I, I was advised informally by a lawyer to pursue criminal and domestic violence against Mr. Gillespie before criminal proceedings on the advice of blah blah blah. However, he has yet to respond to either resolve the matter privately. Um, uh, this is the email Laura is sending to the relevant authority. I don't know who
Yeah,
Barman is, but yeah, she is now reporting Greg
she
onto.
wouldn't firm
On.
because she
Yeah.
sent
She's
an
a
email to
paralegal.
Greg, and Greg didn't reply. So she's going to the next, she's
Next person
going
that
to
will
the
listen.
lawyer, which is who she should have gone to in the first place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's especially if she wants that itch of getting text back met. She will definitely get a text back from him. Maybe not Greg, but definitely the lawyer definitely will get a text back. If he doesn't text you back, if the lawyer doesn't text her back, then she's just out of luck, ain't she? Um. Okay, so
Well, yeah,
however,
unless she already has a lawyer, because if she has a lawyer, the lawyers should be talking to each other.
Right.
And if her lawyer is not talking with her, I'm joking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if she has counsel here yet, because she may not, because she's like, oh, I got this advice, which who knows if that's real.
Exactly. Yeah. Miku's headphones says, just going to the chat quickly. Sorry. It says Miku's headphones says, I like the name, by the way. I would have so many DB conviction from Discord fights. El Mao. Beth and Shermy says,
That's
thank you.
right.
Welcome back, by the way. Beth and Shermy says there are different kind of feminists, and yeah, I've met a couple of cool feminists, but they are the more modern feminists. Let me put it like that. They do tend to put a bit of a overgeneralization of words. I'll put it like that. Like, for example, I never thought the word violence can now include like actual like words. Like, I never thought words could be used in place of violence, but apparently it's now a thing. So so that's what I meant. And I do think that this is, in my opinion, this is a kind of a case or an example of where that could have an opposite effect because of how it looks on paper. If you are allowing people to make claims like this and like take little text messages of you swearing this and that to put together a charge, that's not great because it still goes up on your record. By the way, I mean, this is still gonna be on Greg's record, and all he did was say, "Leave me alone." Like, I don't wanna be in a relationship with you. And for someone to be able to put that into a DV charge and present to a court, I don't think that's nice, especially with the environment of jobs, etc. If people look you up, they can see this anyway. And that might go against you anyway. I'm going back into the email. It says, however, he has yet to respond to either to resolve the matter privately, and goes on to discuss. He goes on to outline that he has been unreachable on the phone for the pro server, and says that he's seeking a criminal lawyer anyway. But I'm gonna read on from here. It says, I'll forward you what I sent him. If he is positive he does not want to keep his word, I will not ask him about it again, and will go full steam ahead with everything civil, criminal, and family court. However, I still can't believe that everything he said to me about wanting to get to be together was a lie, and I want to believe that this text yesterday about meeting up was sent because he wanted to be together. Oh my gosh, why is everything so histrionic with this woman?
Wow.
Am I hearing the histrionics? Is it just me? Can you guys hear it as well?
I cannot
Yeah.
diagnose anyone with anything because I am not a licensed medical professional and have not seen Miss Owens in a professional capacity. But it sounds pretty histrionic.
Yeah.
Well, I play a doctor, so I do think that she's completely histrionic.
And note the focus is always on like, keep your word and date me. Keep your word and be in a relationship with me. Keep your word
Right.
and meet up with me. Nothing about, the details of these alleged crimes. Nothing about the details of her pregnancy or, wanting to have a family or any of that. It's so laser focused on the manipulation.
Yeah, and also just to add to your point as well, again, no mention of the baby, at least
Right.
no mention of what emotional, like you put last week, what emotional toll this will have on her. Like the prospect of having your first abortion, even. What's that like? But she's playing around as if like it was a squeaky toy, like that squeaky toy that we just heard in the background.
Hey.
I don't know
Hey,
who that squeaky toy
That's
was.
my dog. And of course, she would come into my office as soon as she
Oh yeah.
wants to.
Tell you what, I was actually considering getting a gavel for when I start doing trial watch. I was actually considering doing it. I might actually
do
get
it.
the one of his squeak toy. Yeah. The actual.
There you go, man.
That'd be funny.
I'm gonna do it now. I legit have to.
You just got to get
Um,
yourself like a nice wooden coaster to smack it on.
Oh yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But it's striking. Going back to into this email, it's striking that she actually says that she's writing this to the lawyer, right? This is the lawyer, and
Yeah.
The
she's saying that
paralegal
she
or the lawyer, yeah.
one of the two,
Lawyer's office,
one
at
of the
least.
two,
Yeah.
and she's saying that she wants to be together with the guy. Like, why is this relevant? Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, make sure that you hit the like button, folks. And if you're watching this back on replay, I hope you are enjoying this so far. It says anyway. Let's finish off this
Mhm.
email. It says, while I told Mr. Gillespie that I was going to file a police report first thing in the morning, I have a couple of early morning meetings and can hold off until the afternoon. If you would like to speak with him first, I know this has been very stressful for both of us, and I don't want to allow my understandable impatience ruin a good solution and resolution for everything before it gets heated. There isn't anything that he will
I'm
present.
impatient, but it's totally understandable.
I'm immune at this point. I'm immune at
Right.
this point. I missed
Right.
it. um, impatient. He will present to you that I would be ashamed of. I genuinely cared about both the pregnancy and Greg and wanted to do the right by both while making a decision that I could live with. I texted and questioned him many, many times because my God told me he would leave immediately after, which is just what he did. I don't know how he went from sending a text saying how badly he wanted to have a relationship to me. Oh wait. Sorry, saying how badly he wants to have a relationship with me, a fresh start, and a night in Sedona. I've heard this before. What's Sedona? I just
It's a
it's just
city
from
in
my
Arizona.
huh.
It's a city in Arizona.
Oh, okay. I've heard people going there as a romantic spot in movies. I didn't know it was actually a
Hmm.
city. Okay, I thought it was like a dream place.
And
Anyway.
what I wonder is when she says, "Oh, he wants all this stuff," I really wonder if she was the one proposing these type of things. Because if you go back to the previous case with Mike Maricini, she's like buying him trips and plane tickets and stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So this fits the pattern. Like, let's go to Sedona. That'll solve it.
Yeah.
That'll fix it.
Yeah. I generally. Oh wait, no, that's not it. To someone who would ghost me 24 hours after, if he would thought I was too demanding, he should have told me days or weeks before I was going to make the decision. I am forwarding 77 pages of text messages from him from the week of the abortion, where he clearly shows the intimidation. Man, you are retard. The
Intimidation.
intimidation.
Spelled it all wrong.
The spelling
Also, it's
is
interesting. She says 77 pages of texts from him. Well, she's texting too. See, she uses the
Yeah.
language to sort of point at him.
what is theets? She couldn't even spell threats right. What is theets? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm
She's probably just going a
hanging up.
mile a minute, man.
Yeah. 'Cause I
She's probably just giving up
hate
on him.
you, Greg.
I
She's
I
probably
know
just
it's low. I know
typing
it's low
away.
hanging fruit, but I've never seen this many typos in a professional document. I know it's a low hanging fruit. I just never seen it. It's many in an official document before. Oh gosh. Okay, I went down too far there, and
Turn the spell checker on.
yeah. Oh, I couldn't press F7, your honor, because Mr. Greg Gillespie may made me scared for my life.
Yeah,
What
that's right.
the if anyway, I'm for okay, going
and domestic violence. Please remind him that I have no set budget for the family, criminal, or civil cases, and will seek the very best representation with no expenses spared. Men coerce women into getting abortions all the time. I want to see this. Like, I actually want this. I don't think this happens. I'm actually gonna make it my mission to actually find examples of this because I don't think that happens. Anyway, teenagers not like sorry, moving on. Although the boys although the boys are usually teenagers, not 35 like Mr. Gillespie, and perhaps better mutual decisions could be made if there were consequences for their actions. By donating winnings from this civil case, should it continue, maybe I could help get that project off the ground. In reality, I just want to have the relationship that Mr. Gillespie wanted. He said he wanted again is relationship. So from page 1 to page 12 that we're on now, she is more concerned about having a relationship with Mr. Gillespie. Moving on, we can complete the abortion this week. So
and starting her next business or nonprofit or whatever that is.
Right.
Right in the middle of filing a bunch of frivolous stuff. Like, oh, by the way, I'm going to go make a career out of this.
Right.
What?
No care for the child, no care for anything, anyone else. Just the fact that she just wants to have a relationship with this guy. Gee, why would anyone want to pass up on that offer? Why is he not jumping on this girl? What's wrong with him? Is he gay?
Are you
That's
going to
the
get
problem,
in
he already
line?
did.
Hans? Are you ready? I hear she's available. You can go get in line.
Oh my god. No, you first, Bruce.
We just gotta get you set up on the right dating profile.
Yeah.
What? LauraOwensTalks.com?
Maybe.
LauraOwensMatch.com? LOMatch.com? Oh, I like that. LO Match. Hey, someone get on that. Someone actually start making a Laura Owens match.com called LOMatch.com. Anyway.
Scary.
We know where she found Greg, so we assume that she's on the same site still.
Where did she find Craig, by the way? I actually don't know that.
On the League, I think it's called.
Oh, the League. Oh, thank God. I've seen adverts for that. Thank God I haven't signed up. I don't want no Laura Owens. Thank you so much. Thank God I haven't signed up.
Well, I don't think she's going to find you across the pond either.
Oh, I'm safe. Thanks to the virtue of being 1,000 miles away. Yay. Or 6,000. I have no idea. I have also offered to do a paternity test where there is 0% chance the father would be anyone other than Greg. I had been under the impression that he wanted to avoid waiting that long to abort, just like I do. I would appreciate you getting back with me as soon as possible. Getting back with me as soon as you speak to Mr. Gillespie regarding the meaning behind these texts from yesterday. If he meant he was willing to settle, then I would drop the charges, the main criminal charges, the DV charge and family court charge, and there's no legal consequences for keeping his word. We can move on with our lives. If he does not keep his word, we can either combine the case with the criminal case, or file separately the criminal case first. I have all the information ready to give the police. When she says move on with their lives, that's not going to happen, is it? It's pretty much move on with their lives, and he's with her. That's pretty much that conclusion. That's what it means, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she just wants him to do whatever she wants.
24th, and this is the last email here. So this is call from Joe Cochett's office, and this was Laura's first attorney, and just that's what the email is basically signifying.
That's the problem, is that Cotchett was never actually retained by Laura, but
yeah, you said
because we believe she doctored that email and presented it, and then Woodennick sees that and then tries to contact him, and they're like, they don't have any record of you, and so it's just I think that's basically what this is saying.
Okay. Let me just quickly read it. I'm reaching out to you directly as I do not know what kind of phishing your attorney's office was attempting to do. I'm guessing I should say, and if it was relevant to the civil case that they're representing you for. I absolutely have nothing to hide, as I've told you before. Here is what I sent your civil attorneys. I got a call from Patrice and Joe Cochett's office saying that Greg had reached out to them regarding my case. I find that to be extremely inappropriate. I still have myself listed as represented. As I've said, I'm not hired out of anyone yet. So yeah, that's uh, and this is Laura, basically. I don't know. Wait. This is Cochet basically reaching out to Laura, saying that he's not being represented by her, basically.
This
Or
says thanks, Laura Owens.
Yeah.
So
Laura reaching out to him. Sorry.
And who was this sent to? This was sent to
Sorry.
Greg Woodnick's office?
I think this is the paralegal.
Greg
No,
Gillespie.
it was sent to Greg.
It was sent to Greg. I'm confused because I'm personally confused because I thought this was Joe reaching out to Laura, but anyway, but this is
No.
yeah. It's my confusion. It's my confusion. But it says I got a call from Patrice at Joe Cochett's office saying that Greg had reached out to them regarding my case. I find this. Nope. Done. I read that already. Sorry about that. I have been planning to have my family represent me in court, but was under the impression that Mr. Gillespie was interested in discussing and resolving this privately. Given this text exchange yesterday, but please communicate with me until further notice, as I don't want to formally hire him until I have more clarity on a plan going forward. This is very confusing to me. I don't understand why you would reach out to him when I said that my communication with an attorney had been all of the record. Joe has been speaking with Joe has spoken to my family several times this week. This does not mean I have a legal contract with him or that he is representing me. Again, I am planning on moving forward with the criminal case, not a civil case, on the informal advice of an attorney. I'm sure that as a lawyer, you have given legal help to friends of the record as well, and understand that doesn't mean they're assigned as a client. So from what I've just read here, this is Laura Owens essentially backtracking hard because Greg had actually done what you guys said earlier that she should be doing, which is contacting the lawyers directly. And Greg may have assumed that Laura's lawyer was Joe, contacted him directly, and now lawyer is panicking because she is scared of getting that hefty bill that she said that she can afford with a top-notch lawyer slapped on her wrist.
Because
Sorry,
if she
continue.
did
Go ahead,
fake
Laura.
emails, if
Yeah.
she did allegedly fake emails from this guy, and Greg is starting to call around and ask about that, he may uncover the fact that she faked those emails allegedly. So I think she's just trying to intimidate them to stop from looking into it.
Yeah.
Right. And the fact that that's very important as well because of the pure fact that of well, if you have proof of her faking emails, she not only the perjury case that she has been recommended for, not only is that going to be smooth sailing with that piece of evidence uncovered, but you can also not trust any piece of documentation or exhibit that she provides unless it practically gets clearance from the CIA. At that point, that's probably the level of clearance you have to go through.
Right, because the more proof you have that she might be faking emails or ultrasounds, it just ruins her credibility for anything else.
Right. So this part here, because we're gonna close up the stream in like literally 5 minutes. So I want to end the stream on this, and I want to go to 2023 here, where it was March 4th, 2022. Sorry, not 2023. It was said that here that Laura Owens. By the way, this this is the Justice for Claim website. But I want to get this information here. And this is a kind of a free for all. So either you, Brad, or you, Bruce, if you guys do know anything about this, but it says here March 4th, Laura Michelle Owens alleged she was drugged and sexually assaulted. Now, what's the context here? Because how is that?
So click on the
That-
C Exhibit 4, because that's the email that
Right.
was sent. It's an ex parte communication with the judge saying, basically, I've got urgent information for you. I have been, scroll down.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's the reply first.
This
There
one
you
here? Oh, okay.
Yep. Oop. Scroll up.
This one here?
Scroll up.
Oh,
Yeah.
up. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, see it. It says, "Hi Marlene, I hate to email again, but there's a major issue with the defendant, Mr. Gregory Gillespie, and his attorney, Mr. Greg Woodnick, that needs to be brought to Judge Bacchus's attention privately before she rules on the motion to extend filed by my now former attorney, Carrie Ramos, as I have." And then she goes into the story. It says, "On March 4th, 2022, I was drugged, violently assaulted in art. I have strong reasons to believe that both the defendant and his counsel were involved, and there is a pending FBI investigation regarding the incident. To my knowledge, neither the defendant nor his counsel are aware that they are being looked into. I was worried that by submitting a motion ex parte could accidentally be publicly e-filed and accessed by them, which would pose a threat to my safety. I apologize for sending an email, but I could not think of any other way to alert Judge Bacchus about this without giving the other side confidential information about what has transpired." Well, come to find out, she's lying. There was no FBI investigation. She was using that to try and either delay or cause them to rule differently on the motion extend.
Okay. I thank you so much for that breakdown. What do you make of the allegation? Like your personal thoughts, Bruce?
Well, it may be that something happened to her on March 4th, 2022.
Don't give a benefit of the doubt. Just raw, cold,
Yeah.
brutal thoughts. I'm sorry.
But I mean, like, let's say something happened to her.
Okay.
We don't have any evidence. Like when she says, "I have strong reasons to believe that Greg Gillespie and Greg Woodnick were involved." Like, well, what's that based on? What's the basis for those strong reasons? We don't know.
Right. And I'm not. Is this case still going on? Because I haven't. I'm looking
No.
over here. He did file a counterclaim. He did file a counterclaim in which he
Right.
claimed that Laura that Laura is committing fraud and IIEDA as a result of that fraud. So what happened with that? Was that all dismissed? Did Laura say that she's no longer pregnant as well? I'm seeing a pattern, likely.
Well, she wasn't pregnant because by the time 2023 came around, nothing actually happened. But the idea that there was no police investigation, there was no FBI investigation into any of it. When Greg countersued, that case ended with basically saying both parties are going to go their separate ways and pay their own fees and costs.
Okay.
And then that allegation actually brought its way into Clayton's case because of the allegation of SA and ARP that Laura presented to Judge Bacchus. Woodnick stated that any time that Laura is near that firm, there has to be other personnel available to act as witnesses so that they can ensure that nobody will try any funny business and make similar allegations. So that increases the fees and costs for Clayton.
All right. Okay. I appreciate the breakdown here, Brad, and I appreciate you for joining me today, Bruce. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna read out the chat and then we're gonna close out from there. Every single one of you, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. These are the few final chats. Then we're gonna close off. Jane Jones says, "This is absolutely disgusting. She met a random dude she was talking to online in New Jersey. She traveled to another state to get some out of state action. And how does this dude get repaid?" She's really a misandrist. She really does hate men. Ray says, "Does she have medical reports of the rape on assault? There would be a rape kit, photos from
You would think.
hospital, and police report." You would think so. Well, does she?
No.
Nope. Nope. Also, you would think that when he would file the counterclaim, that she would actually stand and fight and contend the allegations. The fact that it ended in a settlement, I'm guessing it was no money. Like, sorry, not even settlement. That's even the wrong word to use. Dismissal.
Yeah, it was basically a dismissal, a summary dismissal.
Yeah, that's not looking good. I don't think that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they treat anything like that legally. I don't think they look at it any way. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look good optically, based when it's stacked up against Clayton Short as well as Mike Maracchini. Does not look good that you have a case that was dismissed when the guy is actually saying, "No, bring the evidence."
Right.
Yeah. Jane Jones says, "Pretty sure she didn't go to police or doctor after the supposed rape." No, she did not. I don't think she did. Ray says she just makes horrific things that real women experience. And I'll be honest, this will become, I don't know. I think this might become a nightmare soon for women. This might become a new nightmare, that there is someone out there that could actually be like Laura. And I don't know. Do you think that's possible?
I don't think we see such a significant amount of cases similar to this that would justify like a mass panic that women are doing this. Because it's you have Trevor Bauer, but there wasn't a pregnancy involved in that. And then you've got Laura, and two doesn't make a prevailing problem. But I think that seeing rise in the different mental health crisis that is certainly still going on, you're going to find more and more issues with people with histrionic personalities and whatnot, trying to do anything they can to get the objectives that they want out of people. And pregnancy, faking cancer or things. We know that there was a story out of Australia of someone faking cancer, and that's we were like, "Whoa, this is sounding eerily similar." Yeah.
All right. I'm Bruce. Let's get a last word from you. Because
Yeah.
I want to know in regards to the whole Greg, Gillespie and the whole false accusation thing with Laura Owens, and also the Trevor Bauer thing, because he had multiple accusers, and they were using partially the same tactic. I think Lindsay Hill was probably the one that was using, even though it wasn't pregnancy, but it was similar to this. What? Oh, damn it! Damn it! I just lost it. But no. I had it. I'll get it back. No, I was saying, what is the actual legal that's the one, legal defect, or the loophole that is being used by Laura to actually go through this? Do you know?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I think we need to think about that a little bit, because she's taken different legal tactics against Mike and Greg and Clayton. At least in the Clayton case, it's fairly straightforward that, how can somebody file in family court without clinical proof of pregnancy or paternity or both? And that's clearly a loophole. And I don't know if that exact loophole is the same as in the Mike or Greg cases, but she clearly was abusing the court system in those cases. So it's possible that, we just need to have better mechanisms to look at evidence or do investigations, and see what loopholes there are even outside the Clayton case, and what could you do to close those up or tighten those up. I think
Right.
that's work that people could look at by talking to lawmakers, lobbyists, prosecutors, and getting expert opinions from that side.
Right. And yeah, like I'm gonna close things out there. Thank you, Brad and Bruce for jumping on with me. Chat, thank you so much for jumping on with me, Jane Jones, KW, as well as Theresa and Rosalind Duke. Lord, Rosalind Duke will be with me this Sunday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having her back. I can't wait for this Sunday stream. I have discovered a lot more. I like this is probably not the best time to come into this. No, well, I mean, no, it is. I'm just there's just so much here because I've seen transcripts, the depositions, all of sorry, not depositions, hearings, sorry, and uh I'm considering reacting to all, most of them, but definitely the transcript. So there could be some more streams to go through this, but I'm fleshes out. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks.
see you guys this Sunday at 1:30 Eastern time, 1:30 Eastern time, or 6:30 UK time, but 1:30 Eastern time. Keep an eye out on the community tab. That is where I will be communicating with a lot of you guys. And yeah, I will see you on the next episode. Take care, and I still need to get my outro done. But yeah, take care.